If you had to guess where today's millionaires are being made the fastest, would you say tech, crypto, real estate? Well, most people would. But what if I told you that the real money is in plumbing? Plumbers, HVAC techs, electricians, and pest control operators are quietly becoming millionaires faster than anybody else. They're not coding apps, they're not flipping NFTs, and they're not trying to get rich off of TikTok. They're just solving real-world problems that never go out of style. And by the end of this video, not only will you understand why, you might actually want to start one of these businesses yourself. I'm Zaback, and I've built multiple businesses, scaled teams, and sat down with home service entrepreneurs who have exited for multiple 8 and 9 figures. And what I'm about to show you might completely change how you look at money, building businesses, and entrepreneurship. So let's go ahead and get into it. Everyone's chasing the next big thing right now. AI, crypto, SaaS. But the biggest exits I'm seeing right now are in the trades. Since 2022, private equity firms have bought up nearly 800 home service businesses, from plumbing to HVAC, pest control, all the way to electrical. You name it. Now the question is, how come? Well, because they're essential, they're recession resistant, and they're wildly profitable if you build them right. Look, when your AC dies in July, you don't browse YouTube for 3 hours trying to fix it. You pick up the phone and you call an HVAC guy. You pay whatever they charge, you just want it done. These aren't optional services, they're essential, and that is why they command premium rates and why customers keep coming back over and over. And that's what makes these businesses so powerful. They have urgency, they have repeat customers, and they print cash. And here's the crazy part. A simple plumbing company doing $3 million a year with, let's say, a 20% profit margin, which would be $600,000 in EBITDA. Now, a $600,000 a year in EBITDA company could easily sell for 5 to 10 times annual earnings. Now, if you just did that simple math, that would be a $3 to a $6 million payday on a plumbing company. No investors, no viral growth, just a phone, a truck, and great service. But let's just zoom out for just a second, okay? So according to the Wall Street Journal, nearly 35% of income for America's top 1% comes from business ownership. And for the top 0.1%, it's 43%. Now that's not stocks, not crypto, not social media. That is owning boring, profitable companies that nobody's really talking about. Now here's the twist. These companies are usually started or acquired by people who didn't even go to college. Take Louis Leonardo. He skipped college, joined an HVAC apprenticeship, and is now on track to make $175,000 a year. No student loans, no corporate ladder, just real skills, solving real problems, and getting paid. According to Axios, trade school enrollment is booming, up 16% last year alone, reaching the highest level since they began tracking in 2018. Apprenticeship programs in states like Ohio are up 69% since 2014, and Gen Z is leading the charge. Because Gen Z is realizing something a lot of people haven't. You don't need a diploma to get rich. You need a license, a truck, a plan. So what's the actual play here? Well, let's take a look at the data. The demand for skilled trades, especially HVAC, is exploding right now. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, openings for HVAC technicians are expected to grow 9% from 2023 to 2033. Now that is much faster than the average growth rate for all occupations nationwide. And it's not just about new homes. This growth is being driven by new construction, replacing outdated systems, and stricter environmental regulations. Research and Markets reported that the US HVAC market was valued at $31.26 billion in 2024 and is expected to reach $38.45 billion by 2030, growing at a compound annual rate of nearly 8%. So if you're wondering whether there's an opportunity here, I'm telling you, the answer is absolutely yes. And remember, HVAC is just one part of the bigger story that we're talking about here. Electricians are seeing explosive growth too. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, electrician jobs are projected to grow 11% between 2023 and 2033, adding over 84,000 new openings annually. That's nearly triple the rate of overall job growth in the US. And median pay, over $62,000 a year, and much higher in top markets. Now, plumbers are right there with them. The BLS expects about a 6% job growth over the next decade, creating more than 43,000 openings each year to keep up with demand and replace retiring workers. Median pay for plumbers is also in the $63,000 range, and many are earning 6 figures or more, especially in the higher cost cities. Now, these jobs aren't going away. They're careers with stability, earning power, and massive upside for those who know how to scale a business around them. And one thing that I always think about when I think about home services is when people talk about AI coming for everybody's job, right? That might be true in certain industries, but when we look at the overall home service industry, maybe one day a robot is gonna come fix your toilet, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. These businesses are profitable also, and they're in demand. They're being scooped up by private equity at record levels, and they're giving people, many without degrees, a fast track to wealth. The Wall Street Journal recently reported that PE investment in the home service industry is transforming small businesses nationwide. And HVAC companies like Rightway in Tucson have scaled from $30 million to $70 million in revenue after being acquired. With the added capital, they've expanded their fleets, hired more workers, and doubled down on technician training. Technicians are also benefiting. Alpine Investors, a PE firm focused on service businesses, reported that technicians in their first year post-acquisition saw pay increases of around 20% thanks to better wages, bonuses, and commissions. Private equity is minting a new class of millionaires. The old model of handing businesses down to your kids is being replaced with 7- and 8-figure exits, turning tool belt operators into entrepreneurs with serious wealth. We're seeing pest control companies exit for over $100 million, garage door businesses doing over $200 million a year in revenue, and HVAC apprentices making more than college graduates with no debt, and trade school enrollment growing faster than any other segment of education. This isn't theory, this is happening right here, right now, and the numbers aren't lying. These aren't unicorns, they're just consistent operators who focus on service, systems, and scaling what works. And the timing couldn't be better. According to the US Census, an average of 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every single day between 2011 and 2029. And that is a tidal wave of business owners nearing retirement. And thousands of them are running profitable home service companies with no clear succession plan. And the best part is you don't even have to build one of them from scratch. There are entire marketplaces like BizBuySell filled with existing home service businesses for sale right now. We're talking plumbing companies, HVAC, pest control, and many of them are run by owners who are ready to retire. They're profitable, they're established, and they're sitting there waiting for somebody with the vision to take over and scale. You could literally buy a cash flowing service business tomorrow and step right into an industry that private equity is already hungry to acquire. And at the same time, PE firms are lining up to buy well-run, profitable operations. And what exactly are they looking for? Well, it's a lot simpler than you think. Private equity investors want businesses that are easy to grow, generate steady cash flow, and run smoothly without the owner doing everything. They look for things like recurring revenue, things like service contracts or quarterly pest control visits, and they want to see good, clean financials. And they, of course, want to see good profit margins. They want to see a loyal customer base, a team that knows what they're doing, and they want systems, not a bunch of chaos. So if your business has that, they'll pay top dollar because it means that they can buy it, scale it, and sell it again later for even more. They're just playing the game at a bigger level. The other thing that I didn't mention is that you can sell or finance a lot of these old baby boomers out of the business that they're in. Again, a lot of them don't have a succession plan, so you can offer them terms. You don't have to pay cash. I know a lot of people are thinking, how do I come up with the cash? Offer them terms. A lot of these guys just want to be paid out over the course of time and know that they're handing their book of business off to somebody who will treat their clients that they've built over the last 30 years really well. And you can do that. And I know a lot of people doing that right now. And that's what makes these trades so attractive. Plumbing, HVAC, electrical, pest control, they check all of the boxes that we're talking about. I'm telling you, it's the biggest wealth transfer of small businesses that we've ever seen. So if you're thinking, I don't know how to fix an AC unit, good. That's not your job. Your job is to build the business or buy one, lead the team, solve the inefficiencies, and make sure your techs are the best in the city. And sometimes that means giving them a little bit of skin in the game. The best operators know how to attract and keep top-tier talent, especially in trades. You have to go above and beyond than just a standard paycheck. I know people who are offering a small percentage of equity or phantom shares or employee incentive programs. They might be giving away 1%, 2%, maybe even 5% to key technicians or managers who are early on. Because when somebody has true ownership, they work differently. They stay longer, they care more, and in a world where finding and keeping great people is one of the biggest challenges, Equity can be the edge that separates you from the rest. Because this game isn't about swinging a hammer. It's about owning the company that does and building a team that treats it like they own it too. And look, I get it. Boring doesn't always go viral, but boring will build you wealth. So while everybody else is chasing attention online, you could be out there building something that runs without you, pays you every month, and eventually sells for millions or tens of millions or maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars. You just have to choose the boring path. So look, I'm Austin Zaback, and I really appreciate you staying to the end of the video. Now, I haven't made it official yet, but I'm actually launching my very first home service company myself, and I plan to go officially public with it, probably somewhere around the time when this video comes out. So in our next video, I will most likely make that announcement. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. We're super excited. It's gonna vertically integrate very nicely into all the other companies that we've built. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, comment down below what you think is gonna happen with private equity, home service, and the entire industry as a whole over the next 5 or 10 years. I would love to know your opinion, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.